today I have a special video for you. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you scary stories. Today's category for scary stories, why am I talking like is don't look behind you. I'm going to be telling you scary stories that normally in the end show some result to somebody being dumb enough to look behind them. Let's get into it. Yeehaw! Like my hair. Our first story on the category of don't look back is, don't know what it's called, but I'm going to call it The Lady in the Bushes. Now, I am going to be telling these stories in the I, me, my perspective, because apparently that's scarier when it's like I was young at this time. None of this stuff actually happened to me, especially because in some of these, they die. I'm not dead. I'm solid. I can hear it. But, got it. Let's get into it. When I was a kid, I always was afraid of what was behind me when we got out of our car at night. I had this fixation that someone was there waiting for me to turn around to get me. So for years and years I ran to the house, not looking behind me, with unsensible fear. Well, as I got older, people made fun of me for it, and I realized that it was really stupid, honestly. I was afraid that some person was behind me. For all these years I've been afraid of that. All the things for me to be afraid of. And it's only at night, and I don't get it because obviously nobody's gonna be there. And my friends are like, there's nobody there. There's obviously not going to be anybody there. This has been going on for too long for anybody to be there. It just didn't make any sense. So as I got older, I realized that it was stupid, but I never looked behind me. But I never stopped running to the door either. I always felt terrified. For years, I was an adult, and I was scared to look behind me. As I was still living with my parents, that's as embarrassing as it can say, but as a broke college graduate, where was I supposed to go? One night, after a date, I got back home. I got out of the car, and I felt scared, and I was about to run when I thought, this is stupid. What am I doing? There's nobody gonna be there. There's nothing to be afraid of. I have nothing to fear. This is stupid. Just look behind you and go. You'll be fine. And I was scared because that fixation in my mind was still going, they're there. They're there. Don't do it. Don't do it. After a couple of deep breaths, I turned around. Standing there was a woman. She was kind of hidden. She was trying to hide herself at least. She smiled at me. A smile that says, I've been waiting for you for years to finally see me standing there watching you. From a little child to the adult you are now, I've been watching, and you've never looked to see me. I've been watching. She said no words, but I understood it all. Not taking any seconds, I sprinted into the house screaming. I woke up my parents. It was late at night. Screaming, there's somebody watching me, there's somebody watching me. They thought it was me being my old young self. There's somebody behind me, there's somebody behind me. But I told them everything. I said, that smile that will never leave me, the smile that she has finally become victorious. The only thing that scares me now is what are her intentions now that I've seen her. Was the thing of not looking back the thing that's kept me safe? She knows where I live. She probably knows where I sleep. She probably knows everything about me. And I messed up. I looked behind me. I went against my instinct. I let what others say convince me to do this. Now I'm doomed. I guess maybe. For all I know, she's just some creep who wants to watch me till I die. Or until she dies. but she may watch me until I die and when I die. I don't know. The fear that is within me every day, the fear that I experience at night, to go out, turn around. I don't want to turn around ever again to ever see that woman again, but the fear inside me tells me that you need to look at her again. I've become so scared that other people have to come with me when it comes to going outside at night at all. I'm always just so afraid that I'm going to meet her again at night alone. And I'm afraid that when I meet her at night again, that this time she'll do something. Our second story is a little more gory. Let's get into it. Me and my husband were driving home one night when the car broke down. My husband got out of the car to see what was wrong. One of our tires had been slashed. We didn't know what it was from because we had just been with a party with some of our friends. There was no reason for our tires to have been slashed. So, not thinking much of it, we sat down and we called somebody to help us when we couldn't get anybody to pick up. Whatever, we were kind of out in the woods more. It made sense, right? It made sense. It made sense. It made sense for us to kind of be like, whatever, we're in the woods, our friends are probably all asleep, and we didn't have anybody to call who would be there no matter what. We didn't have any of those services, so my husband said he was going to try to fix it. He told me to stay inside because it was cold and I couldn't do much to help. Not because I can't, it's because I'll break something. But as I was sitting in the car, I started to hear banging on the side. Banging, bang, bang. Thinking, what is my husband doing? Bang, bang, bang. And now I've never actually fixed a tire or anything. I didn't know what he needed to do to get the spare tire out of the back anyway, so I assumed that was all part of the procedure. I had no reason to be on edge. Really, I didn't. But then, I heard a report over the radio. A psychopath has escaped from the local insane asylum. He's believed to be in the nearby woods. If you please stay indoors, lock all your doors and windows, and keep off the road. He is dangerous and deadly. I heard that and I decided we need to get out of here. I'll call the police, they'll pick us up, they'll take us home. They'll figure out what to do with our car, they'll tow it, whatever. I'm not staying out here. So I rolled down the window and I called out to my husband, there's somebody out in the woods. We need to get back in the car and we'll go. But he didn't respond, he just kept bang, bang, bang. And I'm like, okay. He's a stubborn person. So he's probably like, no, I'm going to fix this tire and I'm going to get us home. We don't need police to help us. So I called the police to help us. I told them that we had a slashed tire and we were that happened to be in a road in the nearby woods, which obviously we had just heard the report. So we told the woman on the other side of the phone that we wanted somebody to come out there, pick us up, get the car towed. We didn't want to be there any longer. And I mentioned my husband, and she said, well, what is your husband doing right now? And I said, well, he's outside still trying to fix the tire. And she said, well, what is he doing to fix the tire? And I said, well, I'm not sure, but he keeps on banging on the car. And she says, ma'am, you need to run. And I'm going, what? Why would I need to run? Running would be a bad idea. I'm in the woods where this crazy person... And she said, ma'am, you need to run. And when you get out of that car, don't turn around. Just keep running. Keep moving forward. Don't look behind you. Whatever you do, don't look behind you. And I'm thinking, what is this, one of those, like, don't look back, it'll slow you down situations? I was scared. And I'm going, why? Please explain to me why I need to run. I feel like if I leave my car, I'll be in danger. And she says, your tires have been slashed. Your husband's out fixing your tire. And he's banging on the car. You need to get out of there. And I'm still confused. I'm like, what does the banging on the car have anything to do with it? And she says, ma'am, have you ever fixed a flat tire? And I go, no. She goes, well, that makes sense because you clearly don't understand that his banging on the car means something seriously wrong with your car. And I'm being confused, like, no, he just said the tire had been slashed. There's not something seriously wrong with the car. And she's like, And she's just like, ma'am, you just need to get out of the car and you need to run. Your life depends on it. And I'm going, no, I'm not getting out of the car. I'm safer in the car. And she goes for one last time, ma'am, if you don't run, he's gonna get you because you're in a certain location that he is very likely to be in. Like, very likely to be in. And if you don't get out of that location now, you're gonna die. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, chillax. I don't know what just like made you all angry. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll get out of the car. And I'm still hearing my husband slam on the car. And I'm like, I rolled out my window and I'm like, stop slamming on the car. Are you gonna keep fixing it? And I don't hear a response and just more and more slamming. And I'm like, I'm gonna take that as a yes. I called and they told me to run. So I'm gonna run because that's what they're telling me to do. You can stay here with the tire, but they're telling me I could die, so I recommend you come with me. But I did remember the fact that she said, don't look behind you. That freaked me out a little bit, why she would say, don't look behind you. I figured like, oh, it's gonna be that moment where it's gonna be like, stop, turn around, and he's gonna be there, and you're gonna be scared, petrified, and you're gonna die. So I was kind of like, I can't check to see if he's there. He'll probably be there behind me. He loves me. He's my husband. So I open the door. I stand up. And I just hear bang, bang, bang. And I'm like, I'm just going to turn around to see what he's doing. And then I'm going to run. And then we're just going to go. I turned around. And there was a man smashing my husband's head against the car. Bam! 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 And he stops. And he looks at me and he smiles and he says, hello, gorgeous. And I'm standing there and I'm scared and he's like, and he just goes back, bam! 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 And I know my husband's dead by this point. I don't know why he's still pounding in my husband's head. And I'm standing there and I start crying. I'm like, you're killing my husband. And I'm like, this man's a psychopath. I messed up. I turned around. And then he stops slamming my husband's head again. He grabs it. He grabs my husband. He lets go. And he turns to me. And he says, guess you should have never turned back. I sprinted as fast as I could away from there. As fast as I could. Running and running, screaming, somebody help me, there's a psycho following me. Luckily, that dispatcher called the police to come and get me because she knew something was wrong. She knew that man was killing my husband. She could tell by the bam, bam, bam. I'm just wondering how she knew it and I didn't. I think I figured out why she didn't want to tell me. Because she knew I'd turn around if she said, yeah, it's the psychopath smashing your husband against your car. Get out of there. So, I accept that she was just trying to keep me safe and that she knew that I could not react appropriately if I'd known what was happening. But another thing is I did turn around and he saw me and I saw him. And I'm scared of him now. And when I got into the police car, he said, did you turn around? And I said, yes. I turned around, and he said, I'm sorry to tell this to you, ma'am, but your husband's dead, and you may be joining him. And I just go, that can't be true. I can't be joining him. You're here, you're keeping me safe. And he says, the psychopath is gone by now. He saw the police car, he probably bolted. He's gone. But he knows what you look like, and you know what he looks like. Sorry, ma'am. He drove me home and I just sat there thinking, what just happened to me? I got home that night, I locked every door, every window. I lay down that night, alone in bed. And I heard a creak of the floorboard, feet on the stairs. Just closed my eyes, pulled up the covers, and hoped for the best. That about concludes the scary stories because, well, scary stories can be longer than expected, so I guess this video is like a decent enough length for purposes. So that concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed. And if you want to see more scary stories that go by theme, slap that like button, subscribe, hit the bell, it'd be swell, and comment down below. I know you want to. I know you got to. And that about concludes today's video. I'll see you in the next one, and don't turn around. Trust me, you're better off staring at this screen watching my videos for hours and hours before you turn around. Because trust me, don't turn